Brian Nagel. He is with Oppenheimer. We'll go to him a lot, senior equity research analyst. How much is it up since last time you were on? Were you on since last? I think last time you were on was when the company reported. What was the problem last time? Wasn't it? It was comp store sales guidance was weak, or was the actual number weak? In the stock, I remember it was under pressure, and it had been an abysmal performer. Wasn't it under $280? The last 3 months, it's been gangbusters, Brian. It's funny the way the stock gets out ahead of the fundamentals sometimes, but it just seems to know. I guess that's what's so interesting about the discounting mechanism.
Now, well, good morning, Jill. Look, I mean, the Home Depot is a really interesting stock here because I think what we're seeing is exactly what you were alluding to. He was talking about going through the numbers. Is these numbers are soft. Okay, these, either we look at the Q4 results today or that initial guidance that Home Depot gave for 24. Those are not Home Depot-esque numbers. Okay, these are soft numbers post-pandemic. I still think we're in this post-COVID reset phase. But what's happening with the market, and this is probably my biggest concern here in the near term. My team and I actually downgraded Home Depot a month or so ago. Is that the market is looking through this, and we'll see what happens today. I saw, I was watching. Obviously, it's very early in the morning. The Home Depot stock did tick down here a bit on these results, but we'll see what happens. But again, the market is wanting to look through this. And my worry is, again, despite all the greatness of Home Depot, is that we're going to see, another few quarters here of soft results. I think that does, so to say, keep a lid on the stock, despite some potential for it to bounce around here and there.
Home Depot seems like it's just it's at the whims of the macro economy. I don't know whether they ever mismanage or have bad inventory or any of the things you think of with other retailers, but they're really sensitive to the economic backdrop, especially in terms of interest rates and everything else. Now, why does this year look any better than last year? I guess it did for a while, but now inflation, we're worried again. We're worried interest rates could either stay where they are, or even the 10-year could even tick up some from here. What is more positive about 2024 the CEO sees than 2023?
Yeah, so there's two things. I mean, first off, I totally agree with you that this is a macro-driven story. Home Depot itself is an extraordinarily well-run company, and I can't really remember the last time we had some type of internal fundamental mistake at Home Depot. It's very macro-driven. But to answer your second question, look, if I'm Ted Decker here or CFO Richard, and I'm saying, okay, what could be better? In my mind, it's probably one, two, or both these things. One, getting further away from the pandemic. I'm still a big believer that a lot of demand was pulled forward into the pandemic. And so we've just got to get past that in order, so to say, to reset and normalize demand for home improvement for Home Depot. And then the other factor, again, not totally unrelated to that, is rates. And I know we can talk about this for hours, where rates are going to go. Given last week's inflation report, I think that's very simplistically saying that rates may stay higher longer. But in my mind, one of the best, as rates moderate, when that eventually happens, Home Depot is really one of the best plays in retail because it's a very rate-sensitive type retailer, just given how consumers are driven to undertake spending.
Yeah, I mean, compared to apparel, I mean, you can't screw up the color of the lumber that you get. Oh, short skirts versus, can you imagine trying to be an apparel, someone that had to stock the shelves for what, young people or anybody is going to want in any given day? It's impossible. All they got to do is put the same light bulbs. It's all the same stuff. So at this point, it's about whether they can take market share, is what he just said. How do they differentiate themselves from their competitors like Lowe's? I guess it has to do with pricing, doesn't it? And that has to do with inflation and input costs and what can stick if they're able to raise. If they raise too much, then they can lose market share.
Well, look, in my mind, it's going to be interesting. I don't think price is a big factor here. Again, given the way the consumer shops these stores. What I think the much bigger factor is having the right product, enough of that product, brands. We've seen Home Depot and Lowe's has done this as well, do a great job in really bolstering the brands that they carry in their stores, whether in the tool category and things like paints and such. But again, as I'm going to go back and say, okay, where's Home Depot really taking market share? I mean, what's always really interesting to me. Okay, so you have Home Depot, and I know we talk about this a lot in your show. Home Depot and Lowe's, these two massive retailers, They're the dominant players within the home improvement space. If you break down home improvement to both the DIY, so it's like us doing our own stuff, and then the professional market, in both sides, particularly the professional market, there's a lot of market share left that's not Home Depot and Lowe's. So I think when Home Depot's talking about taking market share today, they're not thinking about taking market share from Lowe's. They're thinking about taking market share from all these smaller players that still exist out there. On the professional side, maybe a specialty type lumber store, something like that.
They're still crushing the little hardware store. So will Home Depot, with the brands they choose, can they get brands exclusively that won't sell to Lowe's? And is that part of the whole game?
Absolutely, in both cases. Both these companies, again, where brand matters. It's like I was saying a moment ago, in tools or maybe some paint or something like that. But I mean, so both of them will have. You hear this like on their advertising, such and such exclusive to Home Depot, such and such exclusive to Lowe's, and that's a big deal because particularly on the professional side, this is what these professionals are doing for their job, right? The brands really matter.